All right. All right. I'm so happy to see you.
Great. Where do you want to take it? How do you want to
So,
go? What's going on?
so what I would like to talk to you is I see all your videos. You're out there waking people up. You're doing a great job. One of my favorite videos of all time that actually made me cry was Miss
Ruth.
Ruth. Miss Ruth. When that video came out, I mean, I couldn't believe it. It was great. So I do appreciate the work you're doing.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, but I know you're kind of repetitive on, you know, how you're going about like waking people up, because I do the same thing. I say the same things over and over, and that's what we're good at. But I wanted to probably talk more about come off the milk and go to the meat. I know how you love to talk about the outer lands. Can you pull that up?
Sure.
Can you pull up the outer lands?
Sure.
Right.
I will here we go. Something like this.
Right.
Hold on. It's coming. That one.
Yeah. So I like this map, but what I don't like about it is I you talk about the outer lands, and I'm always talking about the four continents in the north.
That's always interesting too. That's another option.
Right. So I haven't seen all your videos, but do you ever mention those the four rivers and the four lands in the north?
I probably should. I don't, because to me, the inner north seems more limited. Like we're just going middle. So there could be something amazing there. Maybe that's where God's throne is. Who knows?
That's that's true.
Was that the talk I did with Sophia Smallstorm about the outward flow of civilizations? Oh no, maybe it wasn't her. It was Martin Kenny that talked about the farther out you go, the more technological it is, and the farther in you go, the more spiritual it is. Interesting.
Oh, that is pretty interesting to hear it like that.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that the Northern Lights are from the God's throne. Absolutely. So I guess
What about the Southern Lights?
Okay, that could also just be God's greatness down there too, right?
The way I look at it is the magnetic fields of this flat Earth. Like we're on a toroidal field on the dielectric plane. They come out of the north and they in, in a big toroidal pattern, and
right.
And that interaction with, I don't know, ions, air, oxygen,
so
whatever, these colors.
I've asked God about this, and he has given me the vision of the firmament being like how you just described it, being projected out and over the whole earth like that.
I was listening to Karen B's Coffee Talk today, and who was it? Kyle Adams brought up all of the mountains, or many of the mountains, if not all of them, in Antarctica are named Dome A, Dome B, Dome C. They're all named domes. Okay. So, and they give you the elevation of these ice structures.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're talking about the dome. It sure sounds like it.
Well, I mean, that's a possibility. I could see both arguments, a dome of some type of mountain or a dome of the firmament. But either way, whether the dome is in Antarctica or beyond, there is the firmament. So I guess I consider myself a biblical flat earther. If you don't mind, okay. I would just like to tell you how I found out about flat earth. So in May 6th, 2017, I was at a friend's house, and he asked me, he goes, Donnie, he goes, what would you say if I told you the earth was flat? And I looked right at him and I said, I've seen the Rocky Mountains, and they don't look flat to me. And 2 hours later, I went home and flat earth was stuck in my, stuck in my head. So I went to YouTube and typed in flat earth, and I was surprised. Hundreds of videos popped up. Like, I was scrolling through them, and one that stuck out said, "What on flat earth does the Bible say?" And I clicked on it. And as soon as the narrator started to quote scripture, I knew immediately it was true. And that I said to myself that if God is in it, then surely this must be true. And then the icing on the cake was real science.
Was it?
Real science proves it. So, I mean,
Yeah, for
I
sure,
feel
for sure.
blessed.
You know,
I feel so blessed that it was scripture that woke me up. And
right. And I
now
always
can
lead with
use
the
stuff.
science.
Huh?
I
What was
always
that?
lead with the science because there's people that don't believe it, right? So the science works
Right.
on everybody. The scripture will work on the scripture people. So you start with the science and you finish it off. You polish it with the scripture. Was that video you saw by Tiger Dan? You don't remember?
I think it was Celebrate Truth's video.
Oh,
I think
right, Robbie
maybe.
Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrate
Robbie's
Truth.
got tons of great stuff. Great stuff. Robbie's great.
Right. So, of course, I was surprised a couple of years ago. I didn't even know this was happening, but they used a clip of my videos that I make in the film Level. You see that part where I'm going up to the mayor and council and giving them the government documents?
I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my specialty in the flat earth community, is that I do interviews with politicians. So my council, my mayor, the assemblyman, our congresswoman. So I just interviewed Rudy Giuliani. He was up here, so I was able to get him. But that's what I try to do, because I think it's important to let our elected officials know, because they're all asleep.
What did Rudy Giuliani say when you told him the earth was flat?
So he said it was already settled. That's what he said. So if you're interested, you could watch it. It's on my YouTube channel, Flat Earth Watertown, New York. But I got word from the DJ. The DJ said on air afterwards that, because Rudy was inside the radio station and I was outside waiting for him to come out. So, but I gave his media guy my business card, and he went in and said, "Well, there's some flat earth guy out there." And they go, "Oh, that's Donnie. He's a good guy." and I guess the DJ told me that Rudy said, "Hey, he may be right," and he laughed. So that's what he said in the studio.
That's very, very interesting. Donnie he is in the know. He was involved with that big event in New York on a level that most people have no idea. He knows
he was in building.
We don't live on a spinning ball.
So
he was part of the narrative. He was totally part of the deception. You know what level of, I don't know, but he was in on it, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. I agree to that. It's just the big politicians like that are definitely in and on it, sure. But I can tell for sure that my council, my mayor, my assemblyman, even my congresswoman was one of the signatures that signed in the Space Force. Okay. I asked her about the Space Force, and of course she talked about it, oh, we signed it in there. Now she's not in on it. She's just asleep. Like
there's
right.
Many politicians aren't, but when politicians get to the level of a Rudy Giuliani,
right,
up to presidents, and they know. I would bet that the majority of the Senate and the Congress don't know. Okay.
So basically, my whole life is flat earth and politics, and
I like it.
Get
rid of the politics part.
Huh?
Get rid of the politics part. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if I can do that, because
no, you play a key role. I was watching your interview with who seems very nice to you. And was he holding the camera for you while you were talking?
Oh, which one? The mayor?
The mayor, was it the mayor? Like,
yeah, the mayor.
like
Yes.
he took the camera and filmed you while you were talking.
Yeah, that
Right.
happened a few times. One of the
I would vote
councilmen
for him.
and the mayor did that before.
That's guy. That's at least a fun guy.
Right. So at first, it was really rocky getting to know everybody over there in City Hall. But now everybody knows me. It's kind of weird. It's like I became locally famous and I can't go anywhere without like people recognizing me locally. And they love that I go after the politicians because here's what I noticed. Because I'm on the call-in radio. I do a call-in radio show, and Monday through Friday, I'm just one of the call-in radio people. And of course, they call me the Flat Earth guy, but I'm also known as an underground journalist. Like people would call me like the best journalist because I'll just go right up to anybody and ask them questions, you know. But if I want the media to share my videos, I have to ask city questions, or I have to ask, you know, political questions. That's boring. It's kind of boring to me, but what I get to do is when they watch my videos, Flat Earth, Watertown, New York flashes up in front of their face, you know. So Flat Earth,
I like. Hey, getting it out there,
right? So, so I gotta like I'm connected through the media that way here locally. So, if I actually found myself because I've been doing this for a few years now. I basically am one of the influencers of our news. So when I get something, I get the scoop on something, I can either make a video and send it off, or what I do a lot, which a lot of people don't know, is I'll send it straight off to my connections. And then they, at the paper, at the television station or the radio station, they put it out instead of me putting it out. You know, so I found myself that I've learned how to, on a small level, influence the news locally.
I like it.
And I would like to try to do it on the national level somehow.
Well, good luck.
Right.
I mean, good luck. I mean, it's hard to get anything on the news that they don't want on the news. Alex Stein seems to be getting out.
So this is what I found works.
What's that?
I found a technique that works.
All right.
It's called mirroring. So what I've done is, in order to get these media people to take my videos or share my pictures or whatever I send them, I follow what they're into, and then I mirror with what I'm doing to what they're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I learned,
sure.
I guess it's a mirroring technique that I've learned to get into the local media. That's how I learned to do it, is going that route. So I mean, it's a technique that other people could use too. Because I can't be the only one going to my elected officials over this. It has to be more people. But I haven't woke up anybody that's elected. So that's another problem.
Well, the people that are in politics are pretty deep asleep. So
Very.
That's a tough challenge. Tough challenge. It's like trying to wake up a astronomy professor.
But here's the whole thing, though.
See it.
If there is one, because there's got to be one that will wake up. He has all the media. He has the power to influence the media. If a mayor or an assemblyman or a congressperson somewhere out there says, hey, the earth is flat, every camera in that county is going to be on. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I task you with that task.
Right. So what else you want to talk about?
What do you think about the James Webb telescope? I was watching an auto-played Cambridge University professor showing all of the pictures and what they were seeing to the students that were just eating it all up. Me completely lose faith in humanity. I mean, how people can believe this nonsense. It's just beyond, it's beyond what anyone can even, right?
Yeah, so when I always try to refer people to a video called The Art of Astrophysics. It's from the JPL, NASA. They have a video called Art of Astrophysics where they show the people on a computer how they make it. They literally have a video showing how they create the CGI animation. Have you seen that video?
Just we put it. I did. How they make the pictures of planets and everything, and their space art. Their space artists. I saw a great meme today. It said someone says, "I'm studying to be a space engineer," and the other person goes, "Photoshop or Illustrator?"
Right.
So I put a video on my YouTube channel, DITRH, James Webb, and basically shows, let me see, it shows how a girl on TikTok was able, with a simple app, to create a photograph equal or better than what James Webb has been putting up. So here,
these
fast forward
pictures
to
they're
this.
putting out are horrible.
So this is her putting it all together, and this is just handmade. Looks like as good as James Webb.
Right. Hey, can we pull up the real stars? Can you get the videos of the real stars?
Yeah, stars.
I love them. I love them so much. They're so beautiful.
Yeah, they're amazing. Here's Sirius.
Yep.
Right, it's slowed it down a little bit. Amazing. Now a lot of people complain these are out of focus. Some of them are some of them are dead sharp focus, like my one of Capella. No, Arcturus. This one is razor sharp.
Yes, that's a good image. Or that's a good video.
This one. This one's good. And either way, they all have their own unique their fingerprints.
I have a Nikon P900.
Nice.
One of my subscribers actually gave it to me.
Nice.
So I have one, and it's an amazing camera. Now, of course, I want something newer and nicer that's better. I can zoom farther with it, but
1,000 stronger. But the P900 it focuses and zooms really well. Like if I only could have one, I would have the 900. But the 1,000 it's like 4 times the size, the P1000. So our consumer optics have outgrown their lies. Our consumer optics show the Earth, if it's a ball, which it can't be, has to be 1,000 times bigger than they're telling us. Well, that's a problem. The Earth is 1,000 times bigger. Right. What are they hiding?
So I have a question for you, Dave.
Shoot.
If you have the idea that God's throne is in the north, have any calling to go there? Do you have any calling to go there?
I think my calling is doing what I'm doing right now. Right. I mean, my whole life plan, and that plan took a left-hand turn a couple of years ago. And here I am, talking to people like you and getting on Coast to Coast Radio and Veritas Radio. I'm on all of these radio shows and little podcasts, big podcasts, all of them together. And I get tons and tons of notes. You saved me. I was literally ready to commit suicide, and then I watched your video and I found flat Earth, and I'm no longer depressed. And we're my wife and I, baby, and your app helped me bring. I met the love of my life, and we're getting married, and so I think that's a pretty good purpose. I think I love it. I've never worked harder in my life, but do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. So. I'm working all the time to make this better. And it's good. The amount of stories that I'm getting from people, a while ago, I was on the Australian radio show, and they were they're the morning shows, stupid, radio. And they're like, well, what good has this done? Have you helped any people? I'm like, yeah, tons. It's like, do you have any proof of that? I'm like, well, show me. And I'm like, I'm on a radio show. I got 6 minutes to talk. Like, how am I going to show you? So I have been screenshotting many of the letters I get from people saying how discovering this, and they discovered it through me or whoever, has changed their life profoundly, has brought them out of depression, has put new meaning and drive back into their lives.
My life. I'm going to tell you, I'll give you my testimony real quick. Before flat Earth, I always felt that there was something majorly wrong that I'm missing.
You're Neo at the beginning of the Matrix.
Right. I felt, even when I was a child, that there was something majorly wrong that I didn't learn. All right. I knew that I didn't learn
That's your
something.
soul.
Right.
That's your soul talk to your brain going, listen to me. Listen to me. You're believing a bunch of bullshit.
And when I found out about flat Earth,
that's why Ruth got to you.
I was
you had the same
a
story.
homeless person on assistance who didn't care about nothing. I didn't care. I stopped caring. I used to be a business owner. I was married. I went through a divorce. I lost everything that I had, and a bunch of, life hit me, and I stopped caring. When I found out, I told the devil, I said, it's on now. It's game on. I'm going to go. I feel fully equipped to teach this. God has told me for a long time to teach. And then I kind of like always told God, I didn't, I don't know enough. I don't know enough. I don't know enough. But when I found out about flat Earth, I felt like I was fully equipped to be able to teach people. And that made me realize, holy smokes, I need to go out and get a job. I need to get a laptop. I need to get some cameras. I need to learn how to get on the interwebs. You know what I mean? I need to learn what I needed to do, everything I can to broadcast that the Earth is flat to everybody. And it changed my whole outlook. Everything became new. Everything. You know that feeling?
Everything is new.
Everything became
new. Right. You're never bored.
Right.
Never bored. Like, always something else to say.
So I basically tell people I'm my own Indiana Jones. I'm my own explorer, and we're all trying to figure this out. And my biggest problem that I hate is the lack of information that we have as flat earthers. Because once we find out the Earth is flat, yeah, you could learn 10,000 new things along with it, but we still don't know how to create the moon and the stars and the sun in the lab, or like an actual working model. You know what I mean? Now we can come close to it, but we don't know the science and what's involved here. We know that there could be sound waves, that there's some kind of vibration energy that is causing, this. But like when people say the eclipses, let's talk about the eclipses. The only good thing I can tell people is what I found in the Hindus with Ketu and Rahu, how there's other bodies in the heavens that would cause that. And it's definitely not the moon causing a solar eclipse, and it's not the Earth causing a lunar eclipse. And that's all I know. And I want to know more than that, if you know what I'm saying.
That's provable. I mean, that's provable. Right. And people all have been programmed to go, what about the lunar eclipse? The shadow would be curved. Well, that's actually not true. A round ball casting a shadow on another round ball, which can't be done at distance, right? Because when to put a basketball against the wall, shine a light, and then move it away from the wall, the shadow will just turn into nothing. It just becomes nothing, right? But a ball casting a shadow on another ball, straight line. A ball casting a shadow onto a flat surface creates a curved line. Now, I'm not saying that the moon is, and I'm not saying a flat surface is causing the shadow or vice versa. I'm just saying that a ball can't cast a shadow on a different ball and it would be curved. So what is this? I don't know. Rahu and Ketu, it seems to be a great answer to me. Don't know. But there's a lot of interesting evidence up there. Here's the thing. When someone says, what's the moon? I say, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So
neither do you.
This is an interesting point that you're bringing up here, how something is going in front of the moon. Something's moving in front of the moon, right? And something is eclipsing.
Well, early. I mean, the moon. Something is eclipsing the moon's energy that's lighting it up. Something is making it change its frequency, right?
Right. So
You've seen my solar.
So on the radio, I was talking to the DJ, and I said, give me your testimony of what you saw. And of course, he said it was a little cloudy, but he goes, he did see that it looked like there was something that, because we just had an eclipse here not too long ago. He said it looked like something moved in front of the moon. I was like, you're absolutely right. Something did, and it wasn't the Earth, was it? And he goes, I caught him, because I said, I want to hear from your
There
own
you
words
go.
what you saw, you know. So, and then he's, they pick on me all the time. Oh, the Earth is flat, and then, of course, they don't ever believe it, but I've been doing whatever I can to get that information out there. But me, I feel like I'm stuck as a flat earther. I feel like in order for me to gain more knowledge, I'm gonna have to go north. I'm actually working on trying to get a sailboat so I can sail north and start going exploring. And I want to go on a straight up expedition. I want to get. I'm going to need aircraft capabilities also. So I don't think that it's too much to ask that if I work hard enough, I can earn all that stuff and do it.
That's the big mission, my friend.
Well, it gave me hope. It gave me life again. It made me.
I like it.
You know what I mean? Like, because listen, here's the whole thing. The most important thing about flat Earth is I learned God's name. And I already believed in God, but I finally learned his name and I learned where he was. That's like important to me. Like, where is God? You know what I mean? And now I know, and I
Right.
want to go there. I feel like the prodigal son that wants to return. I believe that's where that fountain of youth is, the everlasting life. And it says so in the Bible, whoever so drinks of that water shall have everlasting life. I think that's where it is. It's in the north.
Then that is your mission.
Right. But,
there's some people that can't decide. I'm happy right here. I had to pick today, like, hey, we're going to go in an airship. You know what? I was just about to say go south, but now I just can't make up my mind. I'm on the fence. It's funny. So, it depends on the means of travel. If someone says we're going to fly an airplane over the South Pole, I'd be like, all right, what's the trick? Who's on this airplane? I'd be very wary about it.
I would too, and that's why I'm doing it myself. I've actually been looking at sailboats all summer, and this is not the sailboat that I'm looking to buy now is not going to be something that I'm going to take on an expedition north. This is something I can learn how to sail, because besides being in the United States Navy on an aircraft carrier, I don't have any other experience sailing. So I want to learn how to sail first before I go on that expedition north. And my plan is to complete the Great Loop before it. Have you heard of America's Great Loop? And this is another great flat Earth proof, by the way. America's Great Loop. Do you know what that is?
Good. What is that?
America's Great Loop. You can sail from the Great Lakes here in Lake Ontario, where I'm at, and you go through the river system through Chicago, get down into the Mississippi, get into the Gulf, and then you can go all the way up the eastern seaboard. And now you can either enter in through New York City and the Hudson and go into the Erie, or you can go all the way up to the St. Lawrence and come down in to the Lake Ontario that way. That's called America's Great Loop.
I think you can go up the Connecticut River too. I think you can go up the Connecticut River also.
There are lots of different waterways that you can do a big loop around the eastern half of our country.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And I plan on doing that first before I go north. So this way I can learn some skills.
There's a hike for you. Nice.
Yeah.
You'll learn some sailing skills doing that.
Yeah. Hope I don't sink it. But that's my plan eventually. And I'm on my way to that goal, because I'm really nervous about, actually pulling the trigger to buy a boat, because it's a lot of responsibility. Never done it before. So there's a lot of that going on too. I just haven't, I keep looking at the boats, and I keep, making the appointments to go out to look at them. But plus we have a short season up here where I'm at. The window for sailing is only 4 months out of the year.
Yep.
So what else you got, Dave?
I got lots. I mean, but you already know all the deal.
Yeah, but I want the
Um,
stuff. I want this to kind of be more for the flat earthers that are seeking more than the same stuff we've been already hearing. Um,
I don't talk about the Antikythera mechanism very much.
okay,
That's a
what's
great.
that? I know I've seen that top picture, but I don't know what it is. I've seen that top
It
picture.
was a device found off the island Antikythera off of Greece, and it's thousands of years old. And they MRI'd it and figured out all the gears and rebuilt it, and it keeps track of the moon cycle, the moon phases, position, a few minutes, eclipses, and it tracks their cycle, and it shows that the eclipses are on an 18-year cycle. It's called the Soros cycle, and it predicts them perfectly to this very day. So that
Oh,
alone shows you that we're
they
not in a
can,
rent.
they can tell all that from that old crusty thing.
Well, they put it together. They created a new one. They created a brand new one. They X-rayed it and they measured it,
Oh,
and
okay.
as X-rays, they had a special MRI machine and they literally rebuilt it, and it shows it shows the flat Earth, and the eclipses work in cycles, and it just shows everything perfectly. That shows the sky is a perfect clock, not a random gravitational random mistake, accident. Oh, this rock is going to go around this rock and it's going to stay that way for a billion friggin' years. Baloney. Nothing happens like that. They
So
can't even model three bodies.
now that the
But
Georgia Guidestones got blown up, and who did
yeah,
flat earthers are divided on who did it, whether it was a truther
it
or
wasn't
whether it was,
me. I was home sleeping.
I asked Nathan Thompson if he did it. You know? But what I think what we should do anyway, and I've actually already talked to one of my council members about this, and he was very receptive. He's a glober. He's not a flat earther, but I just told him about the Georgia Guidestones and how that hole lines up with the North Star. And I said, how about we have something like that here in Watertown? We get something that's maybe 6-7 feet tall, and put a hole in it, and then we can put concrete down and make a sundial out of it also. You know what I mean?
I like
And
it. I think
so,
every town should do that. That would be every
right,
school. Every school should have that.
right.
Right? Every school should have that. People claim, oh, how come you can't see it from the southern hemisphere? Well, the North Star has been filmed from 20 degrees
It's
south
just too
many
far
times.
away. They're too
No,
far
you
away. The
can
horizon
see it south. It's been filmed.
right.
It's been filmed with good weather conditions as far as 20. There wasn't even an observatory like 30 degrees, 70 degrees all the time. And the same with the Southern Cross. It's been seen from, I forget, just in the northern hemisphere. You can see the Southern Cross, which is supposedly where Sigma is, the South Pole Star, which isn't really a star. And you can see it from the north. That debunks the globe 100%.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I've always paid attention to, even years and years, and I'll say decades before flat Earth came to me. That I always paid attention to the moon and the stars, and even much more now than before. But yes, I love it when I travel somewhere because I get to see new ones, and I mean, if you really know what you're doing, you could just travel by the stars. And that's what I kind of plan to do once I get far enough north. And I know if I go during this time of year, it's going to be 24-hour daylight, and then that's going to mess that up. So I'm going to have to
Either
make
that
sure.
or
It's going to be hard because everything that I find about people going north, they talk about how hard it is to find true north because their compasses start acting up. You can't see the stars. You know what I mean? The sun is completely doing a circle around you, so you don't know which way east, west, north, south is. So it's a very hidden place, and I bet you it's there. It has to be there.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my mission. Your sounds like an interesting one. I wish you luck with it. And there's so many people waking up to flat Earth right now. It's unbelievable. Have you looked
So
at the lately
looked up what?
on my app? Do you have my app, or you don't have a
No, I
smartphone?
don't have your app. Actually, I haven't been in on the banking system. I don't have any of their cards or anything. I've been off the
That's
banking system for years.
that's fine. Do you have a smartphone?
Yeah, I have I guess you would call it an Android phone, I guess.
All right. Well, I'll give you a free download so you don't even have to pay for it. And you can download it and you can have the app. But these are all of the people, me. The orange dots are new dots, right?
Where
And
are
there's
you
more.
at? You're
I'm in
down by New
Connecticut.
York City?
I'm in Connecticut, right next to New York City.
Wow, you're not that far
But these
from
are the
me.
flat earthers in the area.
Wow.
Yeah, you're in Watertown.
Yeah.
So it's growing really, really fast. And I'm very excited. A lot of flat earthers out there, some Jaranism, he thinks it's going to be decades, generations before people wake up to it. I don't know. I think it could happen any day now.
Well,
I
I
think the
believe
truth is this is one tweet away from
right.
going
You're right.
mainstream. It's one tweet away.
Mhm. You're right, because
Yeah.
it takes the
What would
right
you
person to
do?
wake up. Now, what if somebody who has major power, who's got millions of
What if
dollars in the bank, finds this
Elon
out?
Musk that tweets out the viral tweet that wakes up the world? What if Elon Musk did it? Are we going to have to like him?
No, he would still be evil.
Okay, thank you.
He'd
Thank
still
you
be
for that.
evil.
I don't know. It's
So we're gonna,
it's a
you're gonna send that through the email?
I will send you an email with a
Okay.
download code. So all you do is go to the Google Play Store, and then at checkout, it'll ask you for payment or a download code, and you put in the download code, and then you can download it.
Okay, that's
Right?
cool.
There you go. And then you can find other flat earthers near you.
Yeah, that's one thing
you
that's
can tap.
lacking. That's one thing
Yeah,
that's lacking, is there's not a lot of flat earthers.
Well, where are you located? You're in Watertown, New York.
Yep.
Let's take a closer look where I could zoom in. So you know what? Let's do it the other way. Watertown. Where the heck is Watertown?
We are on
Let me see.
are on the edge of Lake Ontario, right up there by Kingston. See where Kingston is?
Okay.
Right across from Kingston's Watertown.
Okay, so look at all these people around you.
Mm-hmm.
These are people that are there, and you could tap on one of them. Hey, oh, look, there's Rhonda. You can look at her profile. You can send her a message. You can also send out a group message to everybody within 50 kilometers going, hey, I'm having a Meals Bar and Grill on Saturday at 4:00. Right. For me, I've got 400 and change, 419 people within 50 kilometers. I could send out. I could also choose to send out a smaller message, only to 10 kilometers. Right. And that's 10 kilometers. We got 32 people. Send out hey, I'm going to be at so-and-so tonight. Come on down, live music. Let's talk flat earth. And people show up, and it's amazing. Bringing us together rather than keeping us apart, which is what the elite are trying to do. So there's, in your area and
right,
see what's going on.
Yeah.
So where's Watertown?
Just a little north. Go a little bit more north. Right there, Watertown.
All right, so let's reset it. Okay, Watertown. All right, you got a couple, not many.
Yeah, I know. There's not many of us.
You got Zebo, D. James. You got a couple people up there.
I wonder if they watch my videos.
Maybe. But you could send them a message going, hey, I'm in Watertown. If you're ever in the area, hi, hit me up. Let's grab a beer.
Right. So hopefully whoever's watching this and you live in that area, get this app.
Well, they already have the app. The ones I just showed you, but other people too. Yeah. Everything can be found at flatearthdave.com. That's where you can find the app. You can find my interviews. You can find everything. You can find this. You can find all sorts of good flat earth stuff there. You can find this t-shirt on the app under the shopping over here, one of those buttons, and other t-shirts. So there you go. So your mayor that I want to interview him. Tell your mayor that I want to interview him on Zoom.
Really? I will.
Yeah.
I will relay that message.
Okay.
I really hope he would, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, he probably won't. But
probably won't.
I hope
probably
he will.
won't.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That, you know, maybe I can send him a clip of this video saying, "Hey, man, he asked for you, Mayor."
There you go. I don't know
His
if he'll
name
be
is
interested.
Jeffrey Smith.
He seemed like a nice guy.
You know what? He is, but he's marinated in the system like a lot of people are.
Yeah, marinated. I like that. Is there a little pun there? Yeah.
So I can't claim that joke as my own, but that came from Jeff Graham, who's a former Watertown mayor. He does a radio show too. So actually, I do more radio show than I do internet for my videos. It's Monday through Friday. I usually call in. You know, it's pretty cool.
Very good. All right. Anything else before we depart?
Well, yes, actually. So you know a little bit about Scripture, right? You know about the Bible.
A little bit.
Okay. What do you know about the Bible then? Let me delve into that part. Like,
I don't know. You tell me what you want me to know about the Bible.
Okay, so you know about Genesis chapter 1 and the days. So day 2 is when the firmament, day 3 is earth, day 4 is sun, moon, and stars. You know.
Okay.
Now, please don't.
Earth story, if you will.
What I'm about to bring up, please do not disconnect us. What do you know about a book called The Pearl of Great Price?
Never heard of it.
Okay. That book is contained in the Mormon Church. Okay. And in it, they have a book called The Pearl of Great Price. And in that book, there's 3 books. The book of Moses, there's a book of Abraham, and Joseph Smith has a book in there. But what's important, which I think is amazing, maybe you can Google this real quick and get a picture of it. In Abraham chapter 3, he talks about the years and the timing and the revolutions of the stars. And he talks about the North Star, they Kolob, but the North Star is the closest unto the throne of God. But they have I don't know what it's called. Oh, it's called a facsimile. They have this, and it looks like a flat earth map with God's throne in the middle with the mountains. And it's contained in the Pearl of Great Price. And it's pretty amazing. Can you Google that real quick? The Abraham's facsimile? Or no?
I can't right now. I can't.
Right.
I can't do it. But I'll look into that. Send me a link when you look it up. All right.
Yeah. So what I think it looks more like a flat Earth map to me, which I think is pretty cool. Amazing. But because I search all scriptures, I search any book that claims to be a testimony of Jesus Christ. I will search them all, and I found a lot. So, like Abraham, you don't understand, Dave. Abraham chapter 3 is a gift to people that are searching for more knowledge of the stars and the heavens above. And it's contained in the Pearl of Great Price. And I know the Mormons get a bad rap, and I know that. I'm not Mormon myself, okay? But I'm telling you what I've read and what I've seen in their scriptures. And it's pretty amazing. And I think it's a gift to us, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's looking up Abraham chapter 3 in the Pearl of Great Price and looking up Abraham's facsimile. So I think that's important.
Very cool. I will check it out.
All right.
All
So,
right, man.
hey,
Donnie.
I appreciate it. You know, thanks for taking the time to do this. And you're also going to put the link up too, because I'm going to try to figure out how to do it myself. I'm going to put this up on my YouTube channel too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. I'll link it. I'll link it when you send me a link when it's up. All right.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, Donnie. Have a good day, man. Thanks.
Yep, thanks.
Keep up.
All right, thanks.
See you, Donnie.
Yep, bye.
Bye.